Hello everyone, welcome back to Penny's Doll Diaries. Today I have your little niece. This is Stellan. She is the Everly Gwen sculpt by Natalie Scholl, and she was reborn by Brandon's Coffee of Dollies and Things. Now, Brandon's has created a brand new YouTube channel, and she is starting to share some of her creations on YouTube. So if you would, go check out her channel. I will have it linked in my description box, and give her a sub and a comment and a like and let her know I sent you. So today I want to talk about something that has really been on my mind lately. And I feel like as doll collectors, we're all faced with criticism or judgment from others about our hobby. So I think it's important that we talk about it. So people will often assume that we collect dolls because of some deep-seated emotional issue or trauma. But is that really true? And sometimes people think that if we collect these dolls, then we must need to evaluate our mental health, because if we haven't experienced any type of deep-seated trauma, then we need to figure out why we want these dolls. Oh, she absolutely poses like a dream. I love this baby. So while I'm talking about my topic, I'm going to get her dressed for night-night. So she's going to wear these little white fuzzy socks and this adorable little bunny outfit that was sent in her box opening by her artist. It's a size Carter's newborn, and it has little footy pants with it. And then I'm going to do this green headband that's going to match really well with a little green on the carrots. And then this little passy clip that was also made by her artist with coordinating colors. I just absolutely love everything that came in her box opening. Her box opening was phenomenal. I enjoyed the experience of it so much. And this little brush, I didn't realize when I opened it, but it has little flowers on the back of it. This little wooden brush. It is so tiny and perfect for her hair. It does her hair so well. So let's get to our topic. I recently got a rather interesting comment, had an interesting encounter, shall we say, with someone who left a comment on one of my videos. She claimed that I need to address my mental health issues. So we're going to get into that. I think I'm going to change her diaper into this little diaper that also came in her box opening, because it has little bunny ballerinas. It's kind of hard to see them in this lighting, but they're really cute. So I'm going to put that diaper on her because it will coordinate her outfit. I know you won't be able to see it under her outfit, but I know it's there. And you'll know it's there too when you see her little pictures. Of course, I'm going to put pictures on my wall. But let's get into the topic of this lady who came to my channel and implied that, I have mental health issues just because I have a love for dolls. And in doing so, she was implying that, somehow having a love for dolls is a sign of instability. And when I called her out on being closed-minded and judgmental, she quickly dirty deleted the comment. Where you delete it without acknowledging your behavior. You just start to delete it like, oh, well, maybe nobody noticed. Luckily, I had taken a screenshot before she could delete it, and I shared it on my community wall to get some input from all of you, my lovely followers. And I have to say the responses were overwhelmingly supportive, and it got me to thinking that it's just time to address this misconception once and for all. I have absolutely lost count how many times I've heard people say, oh, you collect these lifelike dolls? Oh, you must have had a tough childhood, or did you lose a child, or have you lost someone close to you and they're helping you fill the void? Y'all, this little diaper, oh my gosh. I just love her in this diaper. I don't know what brand this is. I'm going to have to ask Brandon's. But when people say that, sorry, I got all caught up in how beautiful my little baby looks. Look at her on her side with her little diaper showing. So sweet. But anyways, it's like our hobby is only acceptable to other people who are not in the hobby if we have a sad story behind it. And I realize that there are people who use these dolls for therapy, and that is perfectly fine. Some people use it to help their anxiety, their depression. Some people use these dolls to help elderly patients who have dementia and things like that. I get it. They are used in many ways to help people. And if having a doll collection and a hobby can help you either instead of medication or along with medication, if you have anxiety or depression, then I am so happy for you that you have found something to help you. But let's just talk about how there's always got to be this little story behind it. Like we have to have a sad story is why we have these dolls, and that's the only way it can be accepted. What about those of us who simply enjoy collecting beautiful, rare, and exquisite dolls? Pretty things. I love pretty things. Don't we deserve the same respect and understanding as someone who collects for therapeutic reasons? Because I think we do. And also, isn't any hobby therapeutic? Even if you don't necessarily have anxiety or depression, it's good to have something recreational to do to unwind. The reality of it all is, for many of us, doll collecting is a recreational activity that just brings us joy and fulfillment. We appreciate the artistry and the craftsmanship. I mean, look at how many times I have just gotten distracted already doing this video, just looking at Stellan's beauty, whether it's her painting or her sculpt and the way it poses, or just the simple accessory of the cute little diaper. It's not about replacing something or someone. It's just loving these beautiful dolls and the attention to detail that goes into creating them. It's about appreciating the beauty and the uniqueness of each doll. That little leg curl. Oh my goodness. Hers just so sweet. You know, sometimes I wonder if people who don't have a hobby or don't take the time to enjoy recreational activities are truly okay in life. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging them. But I do think that having a hobby can bring so much joy and purpose to our lives. Because as doll collectors, I don't feel like we're weird or abnormal. We're just simply people who have found something that brings us happiness. I've loved dolls my whole life. And I find it so intriguing and aggravating at the same time that men can have floor to ceiling shelves in the background of YouTube videos of Lego cities and action figures and Funko Pops and all this stuff, and not a single person will bat an eye. Nobody is in their comments telling them they need to have their mental health evaluated. I mean, it's so just misogynistic. Like, it's like, okay, because we're women in this doll hobby and it's dolls, dolls are supposed to be quote unquote for kids. So we must have something going on because if we're still playing with dolls. is so precious. I just love her. It really does just ruffle my feathers. And so this is my video dismissing. I'm not going to keep talking about this over and over because I'm so tired of explaining why I like dolls and why we as a community like dolls. I'm tired of that. So this is my video dismissing all of these people. And whenever I get a comment like that again, I'm just going to give them a link to this video and tell them that it has been explained over and over. Here's a video if they would like to learn more. And if they don't want to educate themselves on why we have doll hobbies, and if their intention is just to go on the internet and troll people and leave nasty comments, if they're not about educating themselves, then they will just be hid from my channel because they need to try harder and do better. So for all these critics who think that they can psychoanalyze us based on our hobby, I say, let's just dismiss their opinions and focus on what truly matters. And that's our love for dolls and the fact that it's not about seeking validation or approval from others outside the hobby. It's about sharing with each other hobbyists who love the same thing we do. And it's about enjoying something that brings us happiness. And so let's not let others define our experience or dictate how we should feel about our hobby. Her so pretty. Precious. Because, you know, I feel like these people come on here. I mean, what do they hope to gain from it? Do they think we're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm going to make an appointment with my psychiatrist immediately, and I'm going to take all these dolls and just throw them in the trash. I mean, what is the point? What do they hope to accomplish with this? It's very counterproductive to just keep coming to our channels and saying all these things to us. Precious girl. I guess they just don't realize that doll collecting is a legitimate hobby and it deserves respect and understanding. And we, as human beings, are not defined by our love for dolls. We're so much more than just our dolls. But defining us by our passions and interests, that's the more appropriate thing. So it's not about the fact that our hobby is dolls. It's about the fact that we are passionate about something beautiful and we love to share it. And that, my dear friends, is what matters the most. So we're going to have people come to our channels. We're going to have people be very condescending. And it's okay to call them out. It's okay to do that. I know some say, oh, just ignore it. But when you ignore things, then the people who are offending feel like they can just keep doing it to everyone else. So us staying silent and not calling them out actually is detrimental because they feel like, oh, well, this person didn't say anything, so I'll go poke at someone else. Poke fun at them. Let's see what I can get by with. That's what they'll do. So to all my fellow doll collectors out there, let's keep collecting. Let's keep enjoying our hobby. And let's do it without apology. We don't owe anybody an apology for loving our hobby. None whatsoever. And to those who don't understand, I hope this video has given you a glimpse into our world. And if you don't want to try to understand it, just know that we are not going to allow you to troll our channels. Thank you for watching Penny's Doll Diaries. Subscribe for more doll-related topics and fun. And remember, let's work together to spread joy one doll at a time. And I hope you end your day with love in your heart and a smile on your face. Hugs and love.